It's 2 p.m. You've had 3 coffees. You're staring at a cursor that's blinking like a mocking heartbeat. You know you have work to do, but your brain feels like it's been stuffed with gray cotton wool. You tell yourself you'll catch up on sleep this weekend, but deep down, you know that's a lie. I spent 3 years in this zombie zone. I tried the 5 a.m. club. I tried the ice baths. I tried the grind while they sleep mantra. All I got was a shorter fuse, worse skin, and a brain that worked at 40% capacity. I'm a newcomer to the world of biology, and I had to learn that you can't out-hustle a broken circadian rhythm. I didn't need a more disciplined morning. I needed a more intentional night. Today, I'm showing you how I fixed my sleep schedule without ever becoming one of those magical morning people. Before we fix the clock, we have to understand the chemicals. Your brain has a sleep pressure gauge called adenosine. From the second you wake up, the gauge starts filling. Caffeine doesn't remove adenosine. It just puts a piece of gray tape over the gauge so you can't see it. When the tape peels off, that's the crash. Most of us are living in a state of social jet lag. We stay up until 2 a.m. on Friday and wake up at noon on Saturday. To your brain, this is the equivalent of flying from New York to London and back every single weekend. No wonder you feel like a zombie on Monday. I realized that my night owl identity was actually just a screen addiction in disguise. My brain wasn't wired to stay up. It was just confused by the artificial blue sun in my pocket. I had to learn the difference between being awake and being functional. I needed a system that didn't require willpower, because by 9 p.m., my willpower is at 0. So, I adopted the 10-3-2-1-0 rule. It sounds like a countdown because it is a countdown to a brain that actually works. 10 hours before bed, no more caffeine. Give that adenosine gauge a chance to work naturally. 3 hours before bed, no more food. Your body can't focus on rest and digest if it's busy dealing with a late-night burrito. 2 hours before bed, no more work. Close the laptop, kill the deep work cycle. Your brain needs to off-ramp from the high-speed highway of productivity. 1 hour before bed, no more screens. This is the hardest part. The blue light tells your brain it's high noon. I replaced my phone with a physical book and a green shaded lamp. 0. The number of times you hit the snooze button in the morning. This protocol isn't about being perfect. It's about reducing cognitive load before you hit the pillow. I stopped trying to fall asleep and started inviting sleep by creating an environment where it had no choice but to show up. The result wasn't that I suddenly started loving 6 a.m. I still don't. But the morning hangover, that 2-hour period of feeling like I was underwater, completely vanished. Because I was getting deep sleep instead of just unconscious time, my brain was actually cleaning itself. I found an extra 3 hours of high-clarity time every day. Not because I was awake longer, but because I was actually awake while I was awake. My identity capital grew because I became the person who was on, while everyone else was still waiting for their third espresso to kick in. I realized that night owls are often just people with poor light hygiene. Once I fixed the light, I found my spark. I stopped being a ghost in my own life and started being the architect of my energy. I'm still a newcomer. Some nights I stay up too late watching a movie. Some days I have a coffee at 4 p.m. But now, I have a home base to return to. I know that if I protect my sleep will protect my dreams. I'm just a guy in a green jacket who realized that the most productive thing you can do today is go to bed. So here is my sunset challenge for you. For the next 3 nights, try just the one of the protocol. 1 hour before bed, put your phone in another room. Read a book, draw, talk to a human. See how your brain feels at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'll see you in the next one.